morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be. I'm going to talk to you today about implementing sweep picking into your blues playing. So typically when you think sweep picking, you probably think of metal and shred guitar, and that's all well and good, but there's also a place in blues guitar for sweep picking, and it can be dialed in different ways. I'm going to show you two different types of sweeps that I like to implement that keep it within that bluesy tonality and that bluesy feel, because I think it's definitely noticeable if you're just playing diminished arpeggio sweep picking licks over a basic blues progression. There's ways to do it with a certain feeling and a certain articulation that really distinguishes it as a blues technique as opposed to a metal or a shred technique. So for this lesson, I'm going to be doing everything pretty much in the minor pentatonic scale, and that's important because we're going to avoid major scale tonalities and intervals because it's bluesy if it's minor pentatonic 9 times out of 10, so that's the first ingredient to blues sweep picking. I'm going to be operating in the key of B minor for this video. And if you've seen any of my other minor pentatonic lessons, you know that I'm a fan of breaking out of these boxes that guitar players tend to get stuck in. But there is an exception, and it's going to be with sweeping, because the sweeps that I like to do are heavily reliant on these actual box shapes. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. So this technique is kind of like a hybrid between sweeping and raking. And what I'm doing is I'm down picking the first initial note, and then I'm up picking the same string to do a pull off on those minor pentatonic boxes, and then subsequently upstroking the string above to complete the pattern. So it's important to start slow, as with any new technique, and then speed it up. But like I said, this is all heavily reliant on you understanding the boxes of the minor pentatonic scale, and then it's just as you normally would play. It's the same motion, your fingers are in the same place, it's just this little sweeping, raking technique is happening on the right hand. So the next technique that I'm going to show you is more of a sweep picking technique than the previous one, but it is reliant on you understanding multiple positions of the minor pentatonic scale. So we're going to be in the third position of the minor pentatonic scale and the fourth position. And what I'm going to do is sweep some notes from both of those positions of the scale to achieve something like this. So all I am doing is ascending up the first 2 boxes of the third position in the minor pentatonic, and then I'm sliding up to get into that fourth position, and then I'm finishing off the phrase with a sweep. And then I'm coming back down the same exact path that I took. And then it's just kind of improvised there at the end, but the sweep picking happens kind of at the pinnacle of the phrase. So again, the right hand here, that's all pretty standard, but here is the sweep picking technique. So it's all one sweep, and then on the top note of the phrase, I'm coming back down with the upstroke. So So you really want to slow these down and get these notes to sound out. So the reason that I feel like this is more bluesy sweeping than just metal sweeping is because there's a little bit of dirtiness to it. You know, you don't have to get everything crystal clear perfect. It's actually almost better if there is a little bit of muffled notes. When you're practicing it, of course, you want to not just be going, you know, there needs to be some, you know, semblance of cohesion among the notes, but it also isn't bad if you don't really nail each note perfectly like I think it's important to do in a metal sweep picking pattern. Think how like Jimmy Page plays his riffs. They're always a little bit like off, but they're perfectly in time and the intonation is correct. So those are the two things to focus on, and then get the technique to your liking after that. So there you have it, guys. 2 blues sweep picking techniques for you to add into your arsenal of blues guitar playing. Let me know in the comments section if you enjoyed this. I am going to be doing a metal version of a sweep picking video, and I'm gonna get to that soon enough, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I hope this satisfies your sweeping cravings, and I shall see you tomorrow.